You see, one thing about me is when it comes down to success, I never allowed myself to not be able to move forward based upon what I didn't have. You see, growing up, the way we grew up, we didn't have a lot. So what that made us do is we had to be resourceful in life. We had to learn how to use what we had. And this makes me think about a story, man. We had a friend that lived on the block, and I could remember his dad had bought him a new go-kart. And he's zooming through the streets. The frame was cherry red. He had the black seat with the motor on the back. And I'm talking about he's just zooming through the streets, block after block after block. And we'll see him coming around the block. We'll all get excited, hoping that he'll give us a turn. And he said, "Nah, my daddy said I can't let nobody ride." So I went to my mom. I was like, "Look, mommy, look, please, can you buy this go-kart for us?" And she looked at me and she was like, "Boy, I ain't got no money for no go-kart." Y'all know how these black mamas is. If your mama like my mama, I ain't got no money for that. And for days, I had to sit back on that porch and watch him zoom through the streets, full of joy, happy, and I was sitting there sad. And then one day I decided, you know what? I'll just make me one. So my brothers and I went into our driveway. Man, we gathered some wood, a hammer, some nails, an old milk crate, some cable wire, and then wheels off a garbage can that was in the alley. And there in that driveway, we began to make this go-kart with no prior experience, no prior knowledge. We didn't even have the right tools, but what we did have, we had drive, we had intuitiveness, we had creativity. And out of our fertile minds, we built what we couldn't buy. And it made me realize sometimes in life, you're gonna have a vision, you're gonna have a dream, but you may not always have the resources. But I truly believe that God does not give vision without making provision. You have to be wise enough to take inventory of what's around you and use what you have to build what you want, right? You gotta take what you got and use that to build what you can't buy. And look, for some of y'all, the time of, well, I don't have the help, I don't have the resources, I don't have the relationships, that season is over with in your life. And in this season, I want you to start thinking about, well, what do I have? What can I use? You gotta start being resourceful if you wanna be successful. I'm gonna say it again because some of y'all probably missed it. You have to be resourceful in order to be successful, because life is never about what you don't have. I remember God tell me I can't count what's not in my pocket. But you have to be wise enough to take inventory of what you do have in front of you and, man, build what's in your mind, build what you can't buy. I'm thinking about the Wright brothers. I'm so glad they was not caught up about what they didn't have. The Wright brothers built the first airplane out of a bicycle shop. These guys were bicyclists. They knew nothing about aerodynamics, none of that stuff. But for some reason, they had the audacious attitude to look up in the sky and say, "I belong up there." And that was enough to make them take what they had in that little bicycle shop and build the first plane. Let me ask you something. What would you build with what you have today? What would it look like if you blocked out all the chat in your mind saying, "I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this," and you really took inventory of what God has placed in front of you organically? What could you be in your mind? What could be your blessing to the world? I want you to think about that. And I want you to take what you have to make what you want. I want you to build what you can't buy. This is your brother, Malcolm Brown. We'll talk soon.